Hello, my name is Georgia Ray Greenberg. I'm originally from Southern California, but I am currently residing in Missoula, Montana. What originally caught my eye regarding this position was the mention of natural horsemanship and how it is incorporated to your operation. My education and background is in natural horsemanship and equine management. I've spent a lot of time studying the works of Ray Hunt, Bill and Tom Dorrance, and Buck Brenneman. Because of them, I can say that I've become a better horseman, and through them and their works, hope to continue to learn and to grow as a rider. For the management portion of my degree, I took several business classes as well as Microsoft and Excel, and have a lot of experience with keeping a schedule and writing out different lists and keeping track of everyday chores and what needs to get done around a facility. Thank you so much for considering me. Hi guys, my name is Georgia Ray Greenberg. I'll be your wrangler for today. This is Dusty. He'll be my example horse for today. So when we assign you a horse, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step right up to your mounting block right here. A wrangler is gonna be holding your horse by the lead rope. For the simplicity of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and tie his rope to his horn, but you can pretend like I'm standing right here.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna step carefully. You're gonna step carefully up on your mounting block. Be very careful because these are wiggly and they are mobile. All right, you're gonna step all the way up. You're gonna grab the mane and the reins in your left hand. All right, your left foot is gonna go in your stirrup. You can either place your hand on the right pommel, which is right next to your horn right here, or on the back of the saddle, whichever one feels most comfortable. All right, you're gonna stand up, swing around, and sit down gently. All right, on the other side, on your right side, you're gonna try and find the stirrup with your other foot. And if you need help, feel free to ask your wrangler. Once your foot is in your right stirrup and you feel comfortable on both sides, you're gonna kind of sink your butt down into the saddle and kind of relax. My horse is being a little jittery today, but that's okay, because remember, someone will be holding your horse. We'll adjust your stirrups to however much you like. So you want to be able to put weight in your heels, but not so much weight you might cramp up here during your trail ride. We like to keep the ball of our foot in the stirrup. If you're wearing boots, it's right where the stitching is. You're gonna push your feet down so your heels are pointed down and your toes are pointed upwards. All right. From here, I like to tell people, if you have phones or wallets in your front pocket or your back pockets, put them somewhere secure. You can leave them at our facility or shove them in the front of your pants or front pockets, whichever one you feel more secure about. So now we're gonna talk about reins. So right here we have our reins that connect to the metal bit in your horse's mouth. So when you are handling these, please be aware and please be very gentle. All right, so there are two ways to hold your horse's reins. We have neck reining, which involves holding it like this, all right, with one hand, or we have split rein. We're gonna be going over neck reining right now. So, to ask your horse to stop, you're gonna grab your reins right here and pull to your belly button, or pretend like you're wearing a belt buckle. You're gonna pull straight back until your horse stops, adding pressure onto their mouth. And then once they stop, let go, all right? That's very important. Make sure to put your hand back into neutral, which is about 5 inches in front of your horn right here. To get your horse to go, what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize what's called ask, tell, all right? So to ask, we're gonna click our tongue and they might start walking forward. If that doesn't work, feel free to squeeze your heels into their ribs just a little bit, just add a little bit of pressure, just like that. So Dusty here is very sensitive, so he'll move off of that. However, if that doesn't work, feel free to bump them with your heels, all right? Right inside and connect with their heels. Slowly add pressure until they start walking forward. Once you have the speed that you desire, stop the command, stop moving your legs and adding pressure right here, and they should continue that path, all right? When we are neck reining, once we ask our horses to go, what we're gonna do to turn our horses left, you're gonna take your reins in your left hand and move them against your horse's right side, all right? So it's almost like this rein is pushing them into the direction that you want. Same thing to the left, all right? Just like that. All right? Now, if we were to be doing split rein technique, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your pinky and your thumb on the inside, like this, all right? On both sides, all right? It's almost like you're holding an ice cream cone or a drink, anything like that, all right? Now, this is more of a direct way to talk to your horse or direct them. What you're gonna do is you're gonna ask for forward motion by clicking or pushing with your heels. And then if I wanna go right, I'm gonna pull my right hand a little bit towards my pocket or out like I'm opening a gate, and they will turn that direction. Again, if I wanted to turn to the left, I'd open up my left rein right here and turn to the left. To stop, what I'm gonna do is just pull back towards my pockets with both hands And once he halts, I'm gonna relax my reins. One thing to keep in mind, when you're riding, we want to be able to add pressure with our reins, but when we're in the neutral position, we don't want to be pulling on their mouth or asking them to do anything when we don't want them to be. So I like to hold it to where there's a little bit of slack, but if I needed to pull back, I can add pressure right there real quick, all right? So for example, these reins would be a little bit too long, because if I were to pull back, I don't have any control right here. Right here, if I were to hold my reins like this, and I'm constantly pulling back, that would be just a little bit too tight for him. See how he's bending his neck right now? We don't need that. So we want to be just in neutral position when they are moving forward and doing what we want them to be doing. All right, just like that. All right, now would be a time for me to ask any questions, comments, concerns regarding just where our body goes, and our equitation is what it's called, or how to steer our horses. Our horses are very well trained, so the majority of the time they will follow each other. But if we ever need to move around each other or maneuver our way into a different part of the line, that's how we would do it. And again, I will walk you through it if you have any questions on the actual trail. So, another things to keep in mind, we are in beautiful Montana right now. So we are going to be out on trail in the wilderness where we might see a bunch of different things. All right. One thing to keep in mind is we might be going up some mountains and down some hills. When we go uphill, what you're going to do is you're going to push your heels down and lean your body just a little bit forward. You're making it easier for them to carry you as a backpack. All right. So you're going uphill, you lean a little bit forward. No need to lean all the way forward, throwing off your balance. No need to do that. When we're going downhill, I like to tell everybody, push your pockets all the way down into your saddle, and you're gonna lean back and push your weight into your heels and sway with your horse, all right? You wanna move with your horse going downhill. It's gonna feel a little bumpy, but just know that that's just their legs moving. They're not doing anything bad, all right? On our trails, we like to keep at a walk, so if any of you guys do perchance know how to ride, we just wanna keep our horses safe, and everybody else, we ride to the lowest ability. And we want to keep everyone safe and comfortable on this ride. Also, our horses work really hard all season, so we want to just keep them going and keep them energized and safe, all right? Another thing on our trail ride is our horses live together. They're like a bunch of siblings. If you were to get too close to the horse in front of you, they just like to play the "I'm not touching you" game that some of you might remember from your childhoods, all right? So I like to say keep at least a horse length away from the butt of the horse in front of you. If you feel like the person behind you is getting a little too close, feel free to turn around and be like, "Hey, can I have some space?" And the person behind them will pull back, stop their horse for a second, give the horse space in front of them, and we'll move on, all right? One way you can tell that your horse is getting a little bit uncomfortable or a little not so happy with maybe the horse in front of them or the horse in front of them or the horse behind them is by reading their ears. If their ears are pointed forward or to the sides, they're listening to the things around them. This is totally normal. What we want to watch out for is if they pin their ears all the way back. That means they're not super happy with us, or most likely the horse behind them, all right? So again, just turn around and tell the people behind you, "Hey, my horse wants some space right now," and do the same if the person in front of you asks, all right? Photos are absolutely allowed on our trail ride. It's beautiful. Please take advantage of our scenery. However, please keep in mind, just like if you were driving or biking, keep one hand on the wheel at least. Of course, we discourage being on your phone while you drive. But please keep one hand at all times on the reins like this, and then you can be taking photos with your other hand. We have different weather in Montana, so if for whatever reason you are wearing a jacket or some sort of other clothing that you wish to remove during the ride, please tell the wrangler in front of you or behind you that you wish to do a clothing swap, and we will get off and hold your horse for you. They are prey animals, so if there's any weird movements on top of them, they can get a little uncomfortable. And of course, when you are taking off your sweater, it will be easier to put your reins down and take it off like that, okay? If we do have water bottle carriers on a lot of our horses, so if you do have water in your car, feel free to bring it. We'll just put it right here or in the saddlebags that are not on this horse currently, okay? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on the ride, please ask your wrangler. Or if you just have any questions about the scenery or any of the animals that we see. Right now we see a wild cat right here. Hi, Mittens. She's always our audience here. Feel free to ask your wrangler. They are very knowledgeable about our species and our forests around us. Once we get back to the corral, I want everybody to wait before they dismount until a staff member or a wrangler is holding onto your horse. Just because if you start to get off and they start to walk forward, it's not always the most comfortable. So what you're gonna do, once a wrangler is holding your horse, obviously, we're gonna pretend like somebody is holding our lead rope right here. You're gonna take the reins and some mane in your left hand right here. Right hand is gonna go on your pommel. You're gonna lean forward, take your right foot out, swing all the way down. I like to put my tummy on top of the saddle, take your left foot out, and climb all the way down right here. All right, when you are sliding down, our horns are very capable of catching onto any piece of clothing, necklaces, sweaters. So make sure before you slide down that you have unhooked anything that might have caught onto here, okay? If anybody has a hard time getting off horses or has some bad knees, feel free to ask your wrangler and we will pull up a mounting block for you, okay? Make sure to pat your horse, tell them they did a good job. They love it here, you loved it here, it was awesome, all right? Thank you so much for coming on our ride with us. We really enjoyed it, and we will see you later. Bye.